Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race 8 already, the 2005 season. We're here at Talladega. We got a good one here at this 2.66 mile super speedway. Um, yeah, it should be a good one here. I'm excited. I believe we got 45 laps here. We'll just jump straight into the weekend recap. As we see, Kyle Busch for Roush ended up winning. Him in the 60 was Jeff Burton up top. They ended up breaking away, and there was some lap traffic and stuff like that, but Kyle Busch was able to break away, and he was able to win his first career Busch Series race. And then this was the qualifying list. The 44, the 91, the 92, the 43, the 39, the 01, and the 49 were all able to qualify into this race. Dave Blaney, David Rudiman, Martin Truex Jr., Hermie Sadler, Jimmy Spencer, Morgan Shepherd, Jerry Nadeau, David Starr, Derek Cope, Kirk Schemberdine, and Johnny Sauter all failed to qualify for this race. Um, Pretty big entry list, but yeah. And then we got all these guys lined up here, and yeah, let's send out on trackside, and we'll get the starting lineup and all the fun jazz.
Drivers, to your cars.
There's the drivers being called to their cars. We'll see. I don't know why all these cars are like pixelated like that. Like Mayfield looks okay, but then like I mean this Carl Edwards always looks bad, so that might be on me. I may need to use a different car for him. But even like Robbie Gordon and Casey Kane's car, um, yeah, I don't know. I messed with the settings and I actually made it better if you can believe it. But yeah, like this Matt Kenseth looks great. Yeah, I don't know. But I always say with the bigger tracks. But I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that Bill Elliott that looks so good versus like yeah, I don't know. But anyways, um, so this was happy hour. Let's see where your favorite driver is sitting at. And here is qualifying. You see Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, and Kenny Wallace. Kenny Wallace and Matt Kenseth had engine issues. Jimmy Johnson had a suspension part failure, but Ryan Newman was caught cheating. He's gonna have to pass through once we get going green. Dell Jr. looks pretty quick this weekend. At least in practice one he was, but I think he was down here in 35th. But yeah, I think you could see the Dodges doing well here. I mean, this sport recently has been run by Hendrick and Roush. But I mean, you can kind of put a bunch of names in a hat and draw, and that's probably who's gonna win. But
Drivers, start your engines!
there's the command to fire engines. Let's see, make sure all these engines fire properly, and we'll get the starting lineup here. Pace car is going to start rolling off. Row 1 inside. Elliott Sadler put it on pole yesterday. Starting to his outside will be Jason Leffler. Row 2 outside, Mark Martin to his inside. Sadler's teammate Dale Jarrett. We got Brian Vickers to his inside, his teammate Jeff Gordon. Row 4, we got Jeff Burton and Greg Biffle. Row 5, Bill Elliott, Carl Edwards. Row 6, Casey Mears and Casey Kane. Next row, we got Dale Jr. and Robbie Gordon. Then we got Jamie McMurray to his inside, Ward Burton. Then we got Casey Atwood driving for Penske. Bobby Labonte driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. He had a great season. Fun fact, Labonte's leading the points coming into today. There's Mayfield, Kurt Busch. Joe Nemechek's back in the 44. Coy Gibbs is in the 11. Sterling Marlin, Jeff Green, Kevin Harvick, Scott Riggs. We got Travis Kvapil, Ricky Rudd, and we'll kind of get everybody else here. There's Michael Waltrip, Tony Stewart, a couple heavy hitters coming into this race. And then back here, you got Jimmy Johnson, Andretti, Newman. Yeah, Kyle Petty right here. That car has some issues. They're not rolling well. So we'll get the 12's black flag going here. Um, yeah, I mean, you can expect. Honestly, I don't really know. Um, I think these guys are going to be aggressive. I think they're going to be three, four, maybe even five wide. I know a lot. We get some big wrecks in this race, but ever since Bristol, right, they are not as aggressive. Um, I felt like the Bush race was more spread out than years past, so I don't know. I guess we'll have to see as the pace cars merging off the track into pit lane. The field is in Elliott Sadler's hands as they come down into the tri-oval. Again, every time we come here, we gotta talk about it. But normally at Daytona, start-finish line's right about there. But instead, or about here, instead it's all the way down here to where the starter is. There it is. You see him waving the green flag. We are green at Talladega. As you see these guys already fanning out. Yeah, I remember last week at Texas, if you're 3 wide up top, there was no grip, no speed. But here, if you're top of 3 wide, there's the draft, the great equalizer. Um, but I do think the inside line's a shorter way around. I think that's where you're going to want to be. See, Jeff Gordon started third, made the move on Sadler. These guys get wound up, build the speed and the momentum. There's the 12 on the apron back there, serving his penalty. Jeff Burton's going to pull down. Jeff Burton started this race in the 4th row, I believe, and he leads lap 1. There goes a couple of rookies. Carl Edwards and Casey Kane move into the front. Robbie Gordon, Dale Jr., they're 4 wide back there. These guys are getting super racy, super aggressive. I believe everyone's still in the pack except for those two. Yep. Carl Edwards leads. Kane and McMurray's up and over. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure what happened there. He's got Scott Riggs on the apron. Same thing with Sterling Marlin. We'll have to see who leads it back to the line. That was a jump scare. That was like the real life Carson Kvapil wreck. We're going to have a drag race here. Gordon versus Earnhardt at the line. I believe it was Junior. Dale Jr. by 6/1000ths of a second. There's Jane McMurray. That car is destroyed. Mayfield's got damage. Jeff Gordon's torn up. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened here. Make sure everybody's okay. So here we go. This is going off into turn 1 here. We'll go a zoom out mode. So there's Jeff Gordon up top of 3 wide. Yeah, there's Leffler, I believe, is in the 84 this week. He had damage. Jeff Gordon backing up. See McMurray there in the middle in the black and red car. Gordon's kind of shading down. Ooh, that's what yeah. There's Schrader, Gordon. Yeah, it kind of looked like Gordon just kind of squeezed him and didn't give him enough room. Like McMurray didn't know that they were going to be 4 wide. See if we can get a better angle here. So going down the back, Gordon right here. About like right here, he shades down. You can see he's not in line with the 84, and these guys are all lined up. And just kind of comes down. And the 42 just, I don't know if he knows he's coming down. And boom, and just the right angle. Lofts that 42 up in the air, up and over. And he backs it into the fence. Jeff Gordon, there's Jason Leffler, finished 2nd yesterday. Schrader, T-Bone, and McMurray and Gordon. And then how did Mayfield get involved here? I think that's what I saw. I mean, did he make contact with Gordon? Oh, it was Jason Leffler. Right there. And that just upset the car enough where Ricky Rudd was on his left rear, I believe it was. He didn't hit the wall, though. I'll give him that. I think it's just that right front damage. Oh, he's caught on the apron there. Everybody got it rolling. Alright, so this is on board Joe Nemechek. You're going to see Leffler to the outside. There's Gordon. You're going to watch him shade down, and you're going to want a new pair of shorts after this one. Yeah, in NASCAR, since the Terry Labonte Dual 1 wreck, they have added reinforcements to the door. Um, so hopefully, whenever he was T-boned there, um, with Terry Labonte, remember he was T-boned in the duel, and actually it was off of Jeff Gordon's nose. Um, actually ended up like breaking his arm and cracking a few ribs. And a good thing that was on the passenger side, but it looked like the door held up stronger than the other door did there for Labonte. So it looks like Junior pitted, or he's on pit road. No, he had an engine failure under caution. Are you kidding me? Oh no, what's going on with Billy Elliott? Billy Elliott had a fuel leak. And then now the 10 has engine issues under caution. What is happening? Um, Alrighty, we are going back green here. Kyle Petty is just now getting his lap back. I said him a while ago, but yeah, Junior, Bill Elliott all had failures. So did Jack Sprague, I believe, in the 10. They were able to get it cleaned up. I believe is Junior out? Yes, Junior is out. Man, what a terrible season Dale Jr. is having. The 84, the 24, and the 42 are out. They were all released and checked from the infield care center. Speaking of that dual one wreck, though, with Terry Labonte, so I believe the plan is he's going to come back next week. He was clear to come back this week. Um, he was cleared by doctors, but him and Rick Hendrick had an honest conversation, and they said that it was probably best for him to not push it, but come back next week for Martinsville. Um, so he'll be back probably in the 44 if I had to guess. I think Kane will be in this 5, and I honestly think Kane is going to be in this 5 for a while. I believe he deserves it. He's having an amazing season. Actually running second right here, and they're 4 wide, nearly 3 rows deep behind him. As Ward Burton's going to grab the lead. He's having himself a great season in the 31. But yeah, Junior is really frustrated in the garage area. Another DNF is going to kill their points day, and it's a shame. Um, yeah, the one car didn't even qualify for the race. Michael Waltrip on a super speedway is running 21st. And Junior was leading when that happened. Sterling Marlin's out of the pack. Looks like he has a left rear tire down. That could have ended disastrous, but he was able to identify it and get out of the pack before anything bad happened. As now here comes a couple rookies. Carl Edwards, Travis Quapple leading the inside line. At the line, give it to Quapple. Now there goes Riggs to the inside. He's got Jeff Green behind him. Now the thing with the Zero car, it's owned by Haas, and there are some rumors going around. There are rumors going around about that car and that team. Mike Bliss, you hear a lot of rumors about him possibly taking over that car. Jeff Green is an amazing utility guy. You know, I don't know if he's going to win a championship, but I mean, he's good enough to elevate that team. There's Mark Martin making a move to the inside, followed by Coy Gibbs. Jeff Burton trying to claw himself back into this points battle. Speaking of the points battle, there's Coy Gibbs, Coy Gibbs is leading. Bobby Labonte is actually your point leader. This Mark Martin's going to grab a bonus point. Tony Stewart and Labonte are lined up on the inside. Robbie Gordon, Johnson, Kenseth. Edwards is lined back up on the bottom. Yeah, for whatever reason, that far outside line just does not have the speed. This inside line is where you want to be. If you're quick enough, you want to see if you can't maintain it. We're just going to take it, like, this Elliott Sadler, Casey Kane, Joe Nemechek, like, these guys are jockeying for position. Coy Gibbs is looks like he's trying to get around Robbie Gordon. Kurt Busch is looking for a way around possibly somebody. We just talked about Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson. They're 4 wide in the tri-oval. Just non-stop action. And I believe there was 36 to go. They're 4 wide for third now. The tri-oval does kind of open up a little bit. But down here in 1 and 2, it kind of compresses. But the track is wide enough to invite that. And Ryan Newman, my gosh, back-to-back Daytona 500 champion. Won the spring Talladega race 1 year ago. Remember, he got the black flag. That early caution is what he needed. And now he's up inside the top 5. Ooh, Quapple and Scott Riggs back there were touching doors going into 3. But they were able to figure it out for now. Case Kane moves up. Ryan Newman wants the lead now. Vickers says, I'm going to go to the inside. I got the speed. Carl Edwards and Jeff Burton up front. There's Kyle Petty. Remember, he had his issues. Now Jeff Burton's going to go up top. I believe the 43 has enough speed to kind of run on his own up here in the pack. I think just the speed of the pack is going to overwhelm him or overcome him. But I think he'll blend in nicely. There's 28 cars in this lead pack. 29, excuse me, in this lead pack. Ryan Newman's thinking 4 wide to try and get Kyle Petty out of there. Yeah, I mean, the last 4 races have all been Hendrick Motorsports. And yes, it takes horsepower, it takes aerodynamics to be fast here. But I think, you know, it's very equalizer. Like, you're not going to, you know, you don't need to manhandle a car to be quick. But the top 3 seem to be kind of pulling away, and Joe Nemechek's trying to make it the top 4. So we're catching up here on Ken Schrader. Ooh, he's really slow. Jeff Burton, Carl Edwards, Ward Burton, all these guys can go around the outside. That's going to kill this inside line. We DQ him quick enough. No, he's going to have to go around next time by. That's okay. Look out. Jockeying for position. There goes Michael Waltrip there to the inside. That's going to just completely kill this pack. I should have been paying more attention. He's probably quick enough. They're quick enough. Okay. Everybody should be fine now. Once we get the... Jeff Burton is just driving away. That 99 car is hooked up. I think eventually this pack was going to split up. I think it's more spread out this season for whatever reason. Sorry. Yeah, these guys are going to have to quickly get lined up. I guess one good thing is the only person who really got screwed there was Kyle Petty, but he was already laps down. We're going to have to see if this second pack can catch this main pack. Looks like they're able to finally get Jeff Burton out of there. And RCR, what a presence. 3 of them inside the top 4 currently. Jeff Burton leading, Kevin Harvick second, Travis Quabble 4th. There's Kenny Wallace a lap down. I think he was the one who sparked it. And now this pack is going to try and come together and just make speed. So it'll be really interesting here. Can they catch this front main pack? The next lap traffic is all the way down here in 1 and 2. It's Jeremy Mayfield. He might be slow enough. Usually if they're in 3rd gear, that's not a good sign. .1 back to Newman. 2.5. They are closing. They're 4 wide for the lead, with Kenny Wallace getting pushed by Mark Martin to go to get his lap back. I mean, he's still fairly quick. What was the 49 doing? Sorry, I'm just little bit of race control. And then what is Mayfield doing? 162. So yeah, he's a bit quicker. As right here, here's this main pack, and you see these guys quickly approaching. But now they're kind of dropping off these handful of cars or so. They're going to have to really draft their way up. Jeff Green, Rusty Wallace, Kane, Stewart, Buckshot Jones, and Andretti. These guys might actually get dropped. And this second pack's kind of forming by themselves. Yeah, 58.6 to a 53. It's pretty much like right on the borderline. Like I don't want more than 5 seconds off the pace. If he can get it under like a 58.7 here, I think I'll let him go. 58.665 or 655. And here we go. These second pack is now starting to sniff the draft off this first pack here. Like Jimmy Johnson, he's gonna get a really fast lap. Brian Vickers, they have pretty much caught this first pack. Yeah, this Mayfield is like right on the edge. He is over 5 seconds off the pace. I think I'm gonna black flag him this lap. And then hopefully, like, when they're down pit road, they can get some damage fixed. But yeah, here we go. They have caught. They are here. Yeah, 53-2. I believe that was last lap by Casey, probably. Yeah. Yeah, they have just, this main pack has just doubled, tripled in size. They have caught back up. Here comes Mayfield off of 4. He's going to brake. Hopefully they can get some damage fixed on pit road. Now we can watch the race and enjoy and be entertained. I apologize. I just don't like lap cars getting in the way and splitting up packs and stuff like that. These guys are 56-1. Yeah, they're within whatever. But here comes Robbie Gordon, Jeff Green up the inside, followed by Sadler, Casey Kane. Kenny Wallace is up in the pack. Rusty Wallace, Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart might be dropped, and Andretti, Buckshot Jones are probably going to be dropped. Rusty Wallace, I'd say, is right on the edge. Look at out. Ward Burton and Kevin Harvick. They're 4 wide up and through this field. And Jeff Green with Haas is going to be currently leading. Can he lead them back to the line for a bonus point? Casey Kane's going to look to the inside. He does have the fastest lap of the race. Can he find a way around the 0? I think eventually, but this lap will go to Jeff Green. Now look out, Jimmy Johnson right there thinking 5 wide with his teammate. He lifts for now. Ward Burton's all over the back end of Robbie Gordon. As you see right there, the shorter way around is the way to go. Really quick, I want to see if Mayfield blended up. Here he is. Running 161. But he's a ways down the way, so we won't have to worry about him, at least for a couple laps. Casey Kane's got the lead. Here comes Michael Waltrip. DEI has been struggling quite a bit this season. A lot of frustration within the team. There's Ricky Rudd. There goes Dale Jarrett. Lining up the inside, and we got 5 wide here. Ooh, Jeff Green thought better of it, lifted for now. Jeff Burton is squeezing his teammate Kurt Busch. They are 5 wide. Scott Riggs, Kenny Wallace, Greg Biffle, Jeff Green way up top. Kevin Harvick down in the basement. Greg Biffle's going to stick it to the inside. Kenny Wallace, Biffle bounce off each other. Wallace has to give room. Carl Edwards lifts and lets Wallace back in as these guys jockey all around. There goes Travis Quapple's going to line up on the inside. We're going to have to take a peek here at Rusty Wallace. See if he's losing time at all. Look out. These guys are not given a whole lot of room. There's Ward Burton squeezing that inside line down. Johnson pulls up. Casey Kane continues to lead. Now Mark Martin will lead the inside lane, followed by Kevin Harvick. Greg Biffle's kind of in no man's land. He's kind of making up his own line. Rusty Wallace, yeah, he's lost his pretty much a second that lap. I'd say he's lost the draft from this main pack. Bobby Labonte got tight, had to chase it up the hill. It's a 4-car breakaway up front with lap down car Kenny Wallace. Just take a peek. There's Mayfield off of 4, 58.5. I forgot what he was running before. Yeah, it's about 5 seconds and 3/10 off the fastest lap. There goes Mark Martin to the inside. We might just have to black flag them every time they get close. There goes Mark Martin trying to grab the lead once again, as the pack still continues to jockey. There goes Greg Biffle. Remember, he was in that scrum not too long ago. Now he's going to grab the lead, followed by Jeff Green. That 0 car is quick. Now there's an alliance right there with Hendrick Motorsports. People are talking about maybe that alliance tightening next season. There goes Newman's going to look to the inside. Scott Riggs to the middle. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Burton back there trading some paint. And Ryan Newman, surprise, surprise, is currently leading this race. You see just the different lanes through the trial with these cars jockeying inside, outside, looking to the inside, looking to the outside. Do I lift and let that guy in? Greg Biffle's looking to the outside of Green. Coy Gibbs is going to grab the lead. Kind of lap times, 58.5. We'll let him go one more lap, and then we'll black flag him one more time. As Elliott Sadler, your pole sitter, is getting a strong push, and he's going to take the lead. Followed by Nemechek, Ricky Rudd. There they go to the inside. Brian Vickers lined up down there. He's going to try and push Bobby Labonte and Nemechek. Who's going to lead this lap? Pedigree, Cornflakes, who's got it? Looks like Sadler by a nose. Yeah, this way we're not DQing the 19. In case they wreck, you can maybe get a few points. But I think he's just, hopefully he can get to the bottom and pit. Hopefully we didn't black flag him a lap later, but there goes Harvick to the inside of Vickers. There's going to be 3 wide for the lead here. There's Ricky Craven, another RCR car, lined up behind Kurt Busch. Haven't said his name at all today. There goes Mayfield at the bottom of your screen. He's going to pit, get out of the leader's way. And now they're basically 4 wide for second, with Wallace being a lap car. Harvick's going to lead this lap pretty easily. There is no updates on the RCR Harvick rumor situation. Now these guys, they're down the backstretch. All these 3 Dodges, they should be good. Hey, it's Carl Edwards. Biffle makes a move. Big block from Edwards. Got Travis Quapple and Kenseth back there, nearly trading paint. Biffle's gonna grab the lead. And this Jeff Green character is just not going away. You know, you see Newman coming back, come in the leave. Coy Gibbs, cycle to the front, drop to the back. I mean, everybody's just kind of doing that. But Jeff Green, I feel like calling his name way more frequently than anybody else. As Jeff Byrne just hung a left on him, hanging him out to dry. These guys are continuing to be four wide, backing through the field, and this pack is very active, a lot of cycling going on. Just want to make sure that the landscape and people in the background aren't picking up on the microphone. So there goes Gibbs looking up the inside. Whoa, Vickers and Nemechek. I'm not sure if Vickers got loose getting into the corner or what happened there. And Ryan Newman will be your new leader off of 4. Johnson and Kenseth kind of trading paint back there. Is Coy Gibbs. One rookie getting pushed from another fellow rookie, and Travis Quapple. So there's Mayfield down the back. Maybe he can hook up with these guys in draft. Bobby Labonte. The 4 inside cars are going to be all clear here. Maybe 5. Whoa, Biffle! I'm not sure if he got contact there. But he was sideways coming off turn 2. It's the wrong way. Oh, yeah. Gordon made a move and kind of came down on his nose. They live for now. Travis Quapple to the lead, but will Elliott Sadler make a move? I was just going to say, we haven't called Jimmy Johnson's name at all. He's up to second. Michael Waltrip's blowing up in the middle of the pack. Can I get the yellow out? Yeah, I can. Sadler will lead us back to caution. These guys are going to have to really check up and let the pace car by. Hopefully they don't wreck. They're 4 wide. Please don't wreck. Please don't wreck. Robbie Gordon, Nemechek. Don't do it, fellas. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. Here comes the pace car. Oh, there they go! Carl Edwards gets tagged. Into Harvick. No. I can't see. There's too many pixels. Or not enough pixels. Was that even Harvick, or was that Scott Riggs I was talking about? I don't know. They're both side by side there. Yeah, it looked like Rudd and Gordon. Or into Nemechek, then into Gordon. And that's what got Carl Edwards. And yeah, it was Scott Riggs, actually, not Kevin Harvick. LOL. Yeah, we pretty much saw that live. Heads up move there for Jeff Green. I mean, it happened right in front of him. They're going to have to come down and get a windshield tear off. So we will jump to live. Maybe they can tow that thing back around. Carl Edwards, he's going to come down. They're going to check the damage. So the 32 is going to get the lucky dog. But, yeah, we're going to get restarted with less than 15 laps to go. We'll see you then. Alrighty, we are back here, folks. We got Sadler in the lead, followed by Johnson. There's Travis Quapple, Vickers, and Ward Burton will be your top 5 lap down cars. We got Jeremy Mayfield. Hopefully he can get down and out of the way there. There's Marlin and Kyle Petty going to be battling for laps back. Billy Elliott, they're still trying to get that car fixed. There's Kenny Wallace, got the lucky dog. Carl Edwards is down in pit road fixing damage. All these cars should be good to go in the draft. As pace cars on the pit road, we're going to be lined up and we're going to be ready to go. Sadler and Johnson will lead us to green. Into the restart zone, over the restart line, and we are green from Talladega once again. I believe it'll be 13 laps to go, maybe, maybe not. Biffle makes an aggressive move up top. And as these guys fan out here, And right there, once these guys get up to high gear, that 19 car just does not quite have the speed everybody else has. NASCAR is going to call him to the pits. Hopefully he can get down. He can't get down this time. As all these cars fan out, Kyle Petty's tucked up behind Sadler. He wants to get one of his laps back. Maybe the hard way. Yeah, if he can get one here, they wreck. He can get the lucky dog next time by. There's Brian Vickers is going to get a huge run here. Kurt Busch and Mark Martin looking to follow. There's Carl Edwards, Casey Atwood back there trying to draft, trying to get sucked back up to this field. Looks like the 40's got some decent speed there, so does Petty. As you see, Vickers going for the lead. They're 4 wide here. And I think Mayfield's speed is decent. He got up to 4th gear. But NASCAR's going to call him in. They want to see a single car speed. I don't know, maybe that wasn't the right decision. Maybe he's in the pack. Maybe he gets going. I don't know. Coming to 11 laps to go here. Mark Martin will take the lead. There goes Jeff Burton's going to look to the inside of Labonte. Now if a yellow comes out, we will restart single file. No more double file. Down in the back, we got Jimmy Johnson Biffle lined up on the inside. Casey Atwood's looking to the inside of Carl Edwards for pretty much last place on track. Casey Mears seems to be losing the pack. Same thing with Wallace. Maybe that's not a horrible thing if you lose the pack right here, because if this main pack wrecks, then can get you a lot of spots. There's Rusty Wallace right there, Dale Jarrett, Buckshot Jones, Tony Stewart. These guys, they really gotta catch back up here. As Dale Jarrett's blowing up, can he get it down and out of the way? NASCAR is going to throw a yellow just to make sure Dale Jarrett is safe. Is now Kevin Harvick's taking the lead. And Sterling Marlin, can he get to the outside and take the lead here from Harvick? If he can, that'll get him back on the lead lap. That would be huge for that 40 car. He's back there, Kyle Petty. I don't think he's going to be close enough there. There's Casey Kane. He's going to be looking to the inside. And with his yellow, that's going to take quite a few laps off. We'll have to see how long the cleanup takes. They're going to be a drag race. Neither car has help. Looks like Marlin. I don't know. Kyle Petty's on the inside at the line. Casey Kane, I believe, got Harvick. Now, hopefully these guys can get single filed out. Was it Marlin or Petty at the line? Gave it to Marlin. And we will see if anything happens under this caution. If not, we'll see you when you go back green. Well, we have Elliott Sadler coasting down there on the apron. He blew up. Both Robert Yates engines have expired in the last like 2 or 3 laps. Unbelievable. Wow. Huh. Well. Yeah, hopefully we can get this caution cleaned up, because Sadler, that might extend this cleanup a little bit. Alright, we are back here. Pace car lights are off. Sadler is trying to creep it back to the line, or back to his pit stop, or pit stall. He hasn't had any help yet. But these guys are going through 1 and 2 right now. Casey Kane will be your leader. Kevin Harvick. There's Ricky Craven, Travis Quapple. Ryan Newman will be your top 5. See where your favorite driver may be running for maybe this final restart. It'll be 6 to go. There's Kyle Petty. He's 2 laps down inside the top 15 in the running order. Or the starting order, I guess. There's Casey Atwood missing a hood. Mayfield's back here. Marlin's 29th, 1 lap down. Hopefully Sadler can make it to the pits safely. Alrighty, Casey Kane's bringing him back to the line. Sadler's still not in his pit stall. But the field has passed them, and we are green back racing from Talladega. Kevin Harvick goes low, fakes low, goes high. RCR has got a presence up front. And it's Harvick. There's Ricky Craven, Travis Kvapil, Ward Burton's back in there. And Bobby Labonte's blowing up. Are you kidding me? Is that going to draw caution? He's down, kind of down out of the way. I think he got down. Can he make it to pit road? Nascar says no, he cannot make it back to pit road, and that's probably a good call. He was slowing down a lot. Now, I don't think this race is going to finish under caution. I think we're going to get a restart with 1 or 2 to go. But here comes Harvick. Ricky Craven's in a great position. Ryan Newman right there, Matt Kenseth. They're going to get a big run. Kevin Harvick defends low. Newman's looking to try and get around the 0-7. And we're going to get a yellow with 5 laps to go. Newman, I believe, did get second. That's huge. Now, as long as these guys don't wreck, I think the cleanup will be good. They just want to make sure Bobby Labonte can get out of the car safely. Okay, they did get back to pit road, so this cleanup should be pretty quick. Alrighty, we were only able to, it got a excuse me, holy smokes. We were able to pace only about 2 laps. Sterling Marlin was able to get back on the lead lap. Bill Elliott, they're still cranking on that thing. They're still trying to figure something out. But we got Kevin Harvick, your leader, Ryan Newman running second, Ricky Craven third, Matt Kenseth fourth, Casey Kane fifth. NASCAR has said unless somebody is in immediate danger, they will try and hold the yellow flag for the finish. We'll have to see how important that, or how true they will hold that statement. But yeah, and then also Kyle Petty kind of starting mid-pack. We'll have to see if that has any change on the race, but we'll get a restart here with 2 laps to go. Alright, pace cars on pit road. We got Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman. Can he win back-to-back super speedway races? I believe he won here in the spring as well. Ricky Craven, Matt Kenseth, Casey Kane. Will he win his first career win? Ken Haas with Jeff Green. We talked about him all race. RCR. All 4 cars are within the top 8. And green flag is out. We are racing once again from Talladega. 2 laps to go. A great jump from Kenseth. Immediately goes to the outside. I don't know if that was a good move by Kenseth, because Kane's going to get to the inside, so will the 0. Harvick's getting a little too far out ahead, in my opinion. He might be a sitting duck. Anybody inside, really, the top 15 has a chance to win. Newman pulls low. Does Casey Kane pull lower? Does Green make the move? Does he have enough speed? Does Travis Kvapil make a run? Ward Burton's positioning well for himself. Here comes Kurt Busch. Don't count out the 25 of Vickers. There goes Mark Martin. He's going to get lined up. Ryan Newman leads. Can he hang on? We've seen him come from behind. He got a black flag lap 1 of this race. We know how good at super speedway racing the 12 car is. The white flag is flying. We are still under green. This race will finish under green. Mark Martin goes to the inside. Can Casey Kane win 6 in a row? For Hendrick Motorsports, Mark Martin's got a huge run. He's going to get lined up. Ward Burton's going to help him. Can he get to the inside of the 12? He does. Where does Ward Burton go? Does Kurt Busch go somewhere? Does Joe Nemechek win it for Hendrick Motorsports? Ward Burton's going to look to the inside. Jimmy Johnson kind of came in out of nowhere. Johnson's going for 4th. Ricky Craven mid-pack got super tight. Ward Burton's leading. Jimmy Johnson kind of out of nowhere. He's going to look to the inside. Help from Nemechek. Nemechek goes with Johnson. Not really. Nemechek thinks middle. Now he goes with Johnson. Jimmy Johnson and Hendrick Motorsports. They're going to do it. They're going to win 6 races in a row. Johnson wins at Talladega. One of the more unpredictable races of the season, and what do you know, it goes to one of the favorites. After a heartbreaker last week, after getting the strategy wrong, after absolutely dominating California to finish 34th, to come out of nowhere to win here at Talladega. I bet that feels amazing for Jimmie Johnson. So this was the restart. I called it. I said anybody within the top 15 can still win. He restarted 14th. So we'll put this in 2 times speed here. Makes a move to the inside of Andretti. Follows his teammate there, Vickers. Vickers and him make a move to the inside to position themselves. The pack's starting to kind of spread apart. He pulls in. And then right here, you're just trying to build momentum. He got to the inside right there. If Nemechek would have got in front of Johnson, that would have been huge. But at the white flag, he got to the inside of the 44, and at the line, he was 14th still. Oh no, never mind. It says, okay, he was 12th. He went from 12th to 1st in the last lap. Got to the inside, off of turn 2, the 12s moved up. Now we got the 6, the 31, the 97, and then the 48. And again, if Joe Nemechek could have pulled down, and right there, Ward Burton's going to shade to the inside. Johnson, right there, that move caught Kurt Busch sleeping a bit. Now he's running second. Or second on the inside, excuse me. And then right there, he's going to hang a left. And right here, I thought maybe Nemechek would go middle, but then he tucks in and pushes the 48. The last 6 winners have been Vickers, Johnson, Vickers, Johnson, Vickers, and now Johnson. And yeah, Ryan Newman was leading on the white flag lap, and he's going to finish 13th. But yeah, as this race plays in slow motion, we will see here the official results. Kenny Wallace, a great run for that 32 car. Coy Gibbs, good run for him. Nemechek, that 44 car. Ward Burton is having a great season. Bobby Labonte, point leader, blew up. Not good. Robert Yates was fast. They blew up. Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr., DEI at Talladega finished 34th, 38th, and did not qualify for the race. Jeff Gordon, not a good points day for him. McMurray finishing last. Carl Edwards, last car in the draft. That's not great. That's not what you're looking for. Tony Stewart, after running kind of mediocre all day, 21st. Biffle Harvick was up front most of the day. Travis Kvapil cycled. But, yeah, congratulations once again for the 3rd time in this season, Jimmie Johnson, and the 6th time this season, Hendrick Motorsports. We'll get the points updated, and we'll be right back. Alright, these are the updated points post-Talladega, race 8. Yeah, we are only 2 races away from the All-Star break. Probably next week we'll probably talk about who's in, who's out. Some notable guys that are currently not in, but Johnson leads the way, 274, 3 wins, 4 top 5, 6 top 10s. The only driver to match him on the top 5 category is Bobby Labonte, but he ended up losing quite a few spots in the points due to his engine failure. Brian Vickers is second, 6 points back. Kurt Busch, 13 back. Casey Kane, 20 back. Carl Edwards, the other rookie right there. Matt Kenseth holding it down, top 10, only 3 points ahead in Newman. Kevin Harvick's having a better season. Casey Mears right there for Chip Ganassi. Man, you got to feel for like McMurray, Dale Jr., Sterling Marlin. Those guys are having a rough season. Kyle Petty has somehow started all the races. Only picked up 61 points for the season, though. Trying to see if there's any other notable things. Oh, never mind. He had only 6 starts, not quite 8. Jack Sprague is the last car with all 8 starts. Then Sterling Marlin, then Jamie McMurray, Ricky Rudd. But man, yeah, Dale Jr. Definitely not where you'd like to be. Robbie Gordon, I'm sure Penske would love to have him higher. Same thing with Casey Atwood, but just a stiff competition. Coy Gibbs, Tony Stewart, 15th and 16th there, but yeah, Jimmie Johnson leads the way with most laps led. I believe next week is Martinsville. I believe Terry Labonte will be back. Yeah, I believe it's Martinsville, Richmond, and the All-Star race. But yeah, it'll be next couple busy weeks with ARCA. I believe they'll be back. The trucks will be back. They took a couple weeks off. Busch Series will obviously be there. Cup Series. And then Richmond is going to be so busy. All 5 series are going to be there. Late models, ARCA, Truck, Busch, and Cup. But that's in 2 weeks' time. Next week, we're off to Martinsville. And hope you guys enjoy Talladega. Thank you guys so much for watching. And you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.